What if the most powerful tool in a democracy, the right to vote, was subtly being eroded? What if the very cornerstone of a democratic society, the ability to choose our leaders freely, was under threat? This is the sobering reality of voter suppression. Voter suppression, at its core, is a calculated effort to prevent certain individuals or communities from exercising their voting rights. This can be achieved through various methods, all of which aim to influence election outcomes by limiting the participation of specific demographics. Historically, these tactics have taken many forms. In the United States, the roots of voter suppression are deeply entwined with racial discrimination. During the era of Jim Crow, African Americans were systematically disenfranchised through policies such as poll taxes, literacy tests, and grandfather clauses. Despite the landmark Voting Rights Act of 1965, which sought to rectify some of these issues, the specter of voter suppression has not been entirely eradicated. Fast forward to the present day, and the landscape of voter suppression has evolved but not disappeared. Restrictive voter ID laws are now commonplace, imposing hurdles for marginalized communities who may struggle to obtain the necessary documentation. Gerrymandering, the practice of manipulating electoral district boundaries to favor a particular political party, dilutes the voting power of certain communities. Early voting opportunities, a lifeline for those with work or childcare commitments, are being curtailed, and names are purged from voter registration lists under the guise of maintaining accuracy. Polling locations are closed, particularly in low-income neighborhoods, increasing travel distances and wait times. In the digital age, new challenges have emerged. The increasing reliance on technology in the electoral process can prove a barrier for older or less technologically literate populations. The Supreme Court's decision in 2013, which gutted key provisions of the Voting Rights Act, has allowed for the emergence of new state-level voting restrictions, adding fuel to an already contentious issue. But hope is not lost. There are numerous ways to combat voter suppression and protect the integrity of our democracy. Support organizations that fight for voter rights. Educate yourself and others about the voting process and the barriers that some face. Advocate for policies that make voting more accessible, not less. Remember, every voice matters, every vote counts. It is only when every citizen can freely exercise their right to vote that we can truly call ourselves a democracy. Don't just stand by. Stand up and make a difference. Because the fight for voting rights is a fight for the heart of democracy itself.